Welcome to Jerry Recaps. The story unfolds. In the year 2020, portals started appearing all over the world that connected this world with an alternate dimension. There was no fixed time or place for the portals to appear, it was unpredictable. From these portals appeared several gigantic monsters that spread throughout the world. They rampaged everywhere, destroying everything in their path. It was a disaster for the world and its inhabitants. In order to counterattack the monsters, humans started using advanced modern technology to destroy the monsters, nuclear weapons, and hydrogen bombs. But after fighting it out with monsters, humans came to realize that their advanced technology was useless against those gigantic monsters. The most powerful nuclear weapons could not even leave a scratch on their bodies. But the whole human race was about to get annihilated under the clutches of foreign monsters. People started awakening powerful abilities that helped to fight against monsters. These people were called hunters. Among them, there were S-rank hunters, who had awakened high-ranking abilities. Their strength and abilities worked effectively in destroying the monsters. They were able to lead humanity in the fight against those foreign monsters that were ravaging the earth. They destroyed each and every monster they came across, finally able to secure a safe zone for humanity. Afterward, the long war with foreign monsters, the existence of S-rank hunters grew to be equal to a nation. They made their own clans or joined the government to stand for humanity. But not all people awakened their abilities. Some were normal humans, around 1% of the total population. One of them was living in an old apartment. Park Hyun-soo, a healthy 27-year-old man, was lying in a semi-basement studio room full of mold. The smelly duvet and the sweaty pillows looked like they hadn't been washed in months. Park Hyun-soo didn't care. He works as a porter in dungeons for his living. Right now, he was holding on to his mobile, reminiscing about his life. He had just received a message that made him depressed. It was a message from a hospital where his brother was admitted. Park Hyun-soo had no parents. But he had one younger brother. The younger brother was unconscious. It was all because of the appearance of portals and monsters. The period of chaos occurred only 2 years ago. Park Hyun-soo lost his parents at that time, and his younger brother was in a coma and had not been able to get up. For the second year, Park Hyun-soo worked like a dog to save his younger brother. But now that he was unable to pay the expenses, the hospital notified him of his brother's discharge. Park Hyun-soo, who had been trying to shoulder the responsibility for his family, now seemed to be fed up. He could not do the porter job properly, and could not even awaken any ability that could let him become a hunter. The only way left for him out of this life would be suicide. He could not bear to watch another one of his family members die. He had already lost his parents 2 years ago when the monsters started appearing. And if he were to die, the government will take care of his brother. Hyun-soo started crying with his nose running, while he held on to the rope. "I am sorry, Hyuntae, your brother is useless. I could not do anything good," said Hyun-soo. Just as he was crying, he felt a strong surge of energy appearing behind him, that left him stunned. Hyun-soo turned around to find out. As he turned, a large black portal appeared in his room, that started releasing enormous energy. Hyun-soo, who had been trying to end his life, witnessing a portal in his room, started crying for help. While in another dimension, a heavenly demon cult spread over a vast area of the Murim world, where 100,000 demonic followers reside. It is a place that follows the logic of respect for the strong. Bloodshed and daily fighting were common occurrences here. The apex, heavenly demon Chungkyung, the leader heavenly demon cult, was the strongest here. Even the Murim master from the justice side was afraid of him. But now this strong master was on the brink of a life-and-death situation. A man appeared in front of him from time to time to notify the heavenly demon of all the matters. Today he was kneeling in front of the heavenly demon crying. He was the first elder of the heavenly demon cult and sworn brother of heavenly demon. He was known as the Fist Demon in the Murim League. "Hyung, even though the orthodox and unorthodox sects have reached right under our feet trying to take us over, how are you still doing nothing?" said the first demon. The man kept kneeling. Your reputation as the world's best would not help. What should I do? You are so cold-hearted, Hyun, said the fifth demon. While the first demon was begging and crying in front of the heavenly demon, a voice came from behind him. Hey, I am not cold-hearted. But the man did not react. It was like he could not hear the voice. Behind the fifth demon stood an old man looking like heavenly demon. It was a heavenly demon's astral form, his soul. Do you think I am being like this because I want? While I was practicing my divine arts, I suddenly got separated from my physical body, and now I can even go back inside my body, said the heavenly demon. The heavenly demon continued. At first, it was so fun that I could even move to the moon and go anywhere I want, but he got interrupted by a sudden noise of crying coming from Fifth Demon, who was still cursing the heavenly demon. Chungkyung, the heavenly demon, who had been living in his astral form for many months, could not interact with anyone or touch anything. He was already irritated, but now his subordinate came here every day cursing him. Hey, you who can't even hear me is more cold-hearted. Stop crying, said the heavenly demon. He released an intense energy and anger. After gathering energy in his left hand, he tried to strike the elder's head, but his hand passed through the elder's body, without even flinching the head. Understand the circumstances, the heavenly demon flew away. Since I don't have a physical body, the heavenly demon divine arts are useless, said Chungkyung. He had already reached a pinnacle in his divine arts, but to his detachment from his physical body, he could release any energy that he had accumulated for centuries inside his body. Just as the heavenly demon strode away, he was stunned at a particular scene. Just like in Hyunsu's room, a huge black portal appeared in front of the heavenly demon. The portal started condensing into its proper form. As the portal stabilized, it started sucking the heavenly demon's spirit inside. What is this? An incredible energy is sucking me in? The heavenly demon was astonished. Chungkyung tried his best to back away from the devouring field of the portal. Do you think you can suck me in by force? Weight expansion, said Chungkyung. He tried to use a weight expansion technique, but he forgot he did not have a physical body at the moment. The force field started getting stronger and stronger. Chungkyung's efforts all went drained, and his astral form started getting sucked toward the portal. He could only reminisce about his inability to even protect himself. Just as the portal sucked him in, it disappeared from the Murim dimension along with the heavenly demon. A moment later, the heavenly demon Chungkyung came out of the portal that opened in Hyunsu's room. Chungkyung, after coming out of the portal, slammed right into Hyunsu. They fell straight on the bed. Heavenly demon Chungkyung was confused as to what had happened. As he was pondering, he heard Hyunsu's voice. What? Who are you? Sweat poured from Chungkyung's face as he stared at Hyunsu's face with his eyes wide open and asked, What do you mean? Can you see me? Just as the old man spoke, Hyunsu got spooked by his behavior and fell back into a corner shouting, If you are here to steal from me, you made a big mistake. Park Hyunsu shouted loudly. I am totally broke with nothing for you to steal. The old man stood there dazedly listening to Hyunsu. He got back to his senses as he looked around and asked Hyunsu, Where on earth is this place? Hyunsu, who was already spooked after watching the old man floating in the air, backed away a bit more in fear. Hyunsu gathered his strength to ask the old man, Did you come out of the portal? Are you a hunter? The old man was curious at Hyunsu's words. A hunter? What is that? Is that food? Chungkyung spoke while staring at the TV in astonishment. He tried to touch the screen, and even tough he was able to touch and talk to Hyunsu, he still was not able to touch anything else. As his astral body passed through the objects, Hyunsu, who was watching all his actions, started trembling. He put both of his hands on his face, crying and blabbering. You must be the Reaper, who came to take away my soul, but I still have a younger brother who needs my protection. Park Hyunsu, who was covered in tears and runny nose, begged for his life. Even though Hyunsu wanted to end his life before, but now that he can see death before his eyes, he was afraid to die. Chung Kyung moved like lightning and slapped Park Hyunsu's forehead with his palm. "You called me a thief just now, and now you are calling me a reaper?" said the old man. Park Hyunsu's head tilted back with a shuddering sound. He let out a cry in pain. Chung Kyung looked at his hand with wide eyes. As a spirit, he could not come into contact with objects. But when he tried to touch Hyunsu, he succeeded. Chung Kyung tilted his head and saw Park Hyunsu lying on the floor crying in pain. It's only been hit on the forehead once, and he's about to die. An internal movement, which had not been seen before, naturally arose and strangled Park Hyunsu's body and lifted it up. "Oh. Oddly enough, I am able to touch you," said the old man. "Who are you? Don't hit me, please," Park Hyunsu asked, crying with a frightened face. Chung Kyung didn't answer and looked around the narrow room. This place was as small as the back room, but things I had never seen before were scattered everywhere. Among them, he could not even predict where the solid white box and the flat black plate would be used. The old man, after looking around, passed through the main door to check outside. "What? You are just leaving?" said Hyunsu. He felt relief after watching the old man leave without doing anything to him. Chung Kyung went outside and started looking around on the streets. He was fascinated by vehicles carrying humans that were way faster than horses. And the buildings were so high that he had not seen them before. After watching different things, he realized that he is transferred to a different world. The old man approached a random young man passing through the sideways and asked, "I have a question, can you help?" But as he approached the young man, his astral body passed through the man and no one could hear his voice. The old man looked at his hand and realized, "I am unable to touch this person. Is that kid the only person I can touch?" As he was thinking about the possibilities, he noticed a strange force. It was the same gravitational force that pulled him inside the portal. The force was pulling him back again. While in the house, Hyunsu covered the portal with a white paper. Hyunsu let out a sigh of relief after covering the black hole. He was quite afraid of it. "Finally, I am done with covering it up. It looked like a glaring black hole, that really scared me," said Hyunsu. He thought for a while, would it really be a portal? "I have reported it to the association," thought Hyunsu. As he was thinking, his phone rang. He answered the phone. It was a call from a B-rank hunter, Kim Hak-sung. Hyunsu politely greeted him. The hunter called him to notify him about a portal that needed urgent help, so they need some porters to carry stuff around. After hearing the offer, Hyunsu instantly agreed to it. He was quite happy. The hunter notified him to be well prepared because they will be clearing a B-rank portal. Hyunsu did not think much and right away agreed. After the call ended, Hyunsu sighed and spoke, "Death is never the answer. And we will be going with a B-rank hunter, Kim Hak-sung." While he was mumbling to himself, the old man had already come back to the room. Seeing Hyunsu talk to himself, he spoke, "It seems you are not in your right mind." Hyunsu did not notice his presence. Upon hearing the old man's voice, he got startled. He instantly shouted, "Why are you back again?" The old man, while caressing his beard, spoke, "Do you think I want to come back to this shabby room? I tried to get away from here but got dragged back." The gravitational force of the portal did not let Chung Kyung get far away from it. Hyunsu was ready to leave right away. He randomly shoved the supporter's items into the luggage bag. The old man asked, "What are you doing now?" "Something's happened, so I'm going out. Please leave before I come back," said Hyunsu. The old man asked, "You have been rambling hunter and portals since just now. What are those?" Hyunsu thought that the old man was a hunter, and that was why he came out of a portal, but to his surprise, the old man did not even know about the basic concepts of this world. Hyunsu did not answer the old man, took his stuff, and started climbing the stairs. "Whatever, I don't know what you are, but if you don't get out of my house, I will call the police," said Hyunsu. The old man watched Hyunsu silently for a while, and after a moment, he flew towards him and held his collar. "If you walk at this pace, the sun will set before you reach there," said the old man. The old man used the technique of heavenly demon flight from heavenly demon divine arts and flew toward the sky along with Hyunsu. The boy panicked as he flew into the sky. The people who were watching Hyunsu fly in the air were astonished. They started mumbling, "Hey, look at that person, is he awakened?" Hyunsu was embarrassed as many people were watching him fly in the air. He did not receive attention from people before. "Hey, old man, please let me down. Many people are watching me," Hyunsu started shouting. Over there, we reached the bus station. After reaching the station, Hyunsu shouted at the old man to drop him there. The old man landed beside the bus station. Hyunsu's face turned pale, as he had never flown in the air before. He started vomiting on the side of the road. The old man did not say anything and watched him silently. After calming down a little, he boarded the bus towards the B-rank portal area. Park Hyunsu was a supporter who aided in battle right next to the hunter. It was a position that was guaranteed to pay as much as it was the most dangerous. B-grade is a bit scary, thought Hyunsu. The reason why Park Hyunsu was not earning as much money as the top supporters even though he was in a dangerous position was because he was only targeting low-ranking portals. As long as you have a younger brother, you should never overdo it. Fortunately, the hunter in charge is Kim Hak-seong. It was Kim Hak-seong, who was ranked at the top among B-class hunters in Korea. They will succeed in attacking without too much risk. If it is a B grade, there would be a lot of money that would fall, so he will be able to afford his younger brother's hospital bills. While he was lost in his thoughts, he got startled by the old man, when he suddenly appeared upside in front of him. Hyunsu let out a cry that startled their fellow passengers. "Where are you going now?" asked the old man. Hyunsu asked in a trembling voice, "You are still here?" The old man tried to get away from Hyunsu many times, but he always got dragged back to him. So they both are stuck with each other. What is this? What is the deal with this old man? To think now I am entangled with a ghost, thought Hyunsu. The old man took his body out of the bus's roof and kept talking to Hyunsu. "Now that I can talk to you, I will not get bored," said the old man. He finally reached the portal destination. There were a lot of people gathered there that included hunters and porters. One of the people was guiding all the porters to carry the supplies and equipment and form a group to enter the portal. Park Hyunsu took the items he was instructed to and climbed the mountain. It wasn't a problem to climb as it was at the level of the neighborhood's backyard, but the weight of the luggage was quite heavy and sweat poured down like rain. After climbing to a certain extent, a blue portal was shining brightly at the top of the mountain. 2 men and women were chatting around, and about 10 people were busily moving. Hunter Kim Hak-seong stood on the podium and guided everyone. "I am Kim Hak-seong, who is in charge of this strategy. We will enter the portal today. Immediately after entering, we will identify the concept of the world inside the portal. Establish a barracks after identifying and securing a safe zone. Next, at least 1 B-class hunter and 2 C-class or lower hunters are attached as assistants, and we plan to collect information with supporters specializing in detection. Do you have any objections?" Kim Hak-seong quickly finished the briefing and came down from the podium. After Kim Hak-seong finished speaking, another B-rank female hunter spoke. "Everyone should be careful about their safety as we will be entering a B-rank portal." Her name was Iron. Hyunsu started preparing his equipment for entering the portal. Many porters who came for this raid were only here to watch their B-rank heroes in action. While Hyunsu was preparing for the raid, he heard a voice from behind. "Hey, it's been a while." Choi Jung-sung called out to Park Hyunsu in an excited voice. "Are you still supporting? After causing all that trouble," said Jung-sung. Hyunsu trembled after watching Jung-sung. Hyunsu had entered the portal several times before as his supporter. He had no good memories. It was because he was the evil hunter who used the supporter like a punching bag because he was not feeling well. Even now, Hyunsu's heart still throbs after being beaten by him. Jung-sung swung his hand to hit Hyunsu, but he dodged. Why are looking surprised? You should say hello to me after the meeting. Park Hyunsu greeted Choi Jung-sung with a smile as much as possible. Jung-sung got close to Hyunsu and asked, Who called you today for the raid? He politely replied. After hearing that it was Hunter Kim Hak-sung who invited him here, Jung-sung punched him in the stomach and left after saying, Don't be a burden today. After leaving, he smirked with a nasty expression on his face. The old man, who was floating in the air and noticing everything, came down to Hyunsu and spoke sarcastically, What a rude person. He is a jerk that gets into problems himself and blames others for it. Spoke Hyunsu. As he finished speaking, the old man slapped Hyunsu on his head. He was quite angry as to why the old man hit him, but the old man left after only saying ridiculous. He could not bear the shame that he got associated with such a coward who could not even protect his honor. Hunters and supporters all gathered in front of the portal. Kim Hak-seong checked the time and was at the forefront. Everyone has completed the final inspection. Everyone is ready to enter, said the people. At the signal of Hak-sung, 30 people entered the portal. Oh, it's shaking like a wave. The skyscape floating next to Park Hyunsu murmured as if it was strange. He moved on without answering. My heart trembles whenever I go through a portal. Park Hyunsu let out a small sigh and went over the portal. While the old man entered the gate along Hyunsu, he could the same energy from the portal gate that sucked him from the Murim dimension and throws him out on earth. As Park Hyunsu wiped his sweat and spread his back, a celestial view appeared out of nowhere. The first sight to be seen was the brown soil, parched and cracked by the drought. Fortunately, there seemed to be no monsters around. The land is totally dry. I wonder what the concept of this tutorial is about, said Hyunsu. The group leader Kim Hak-sung commanded the support team to search for the concept of the group. The front supporter put down the large bag and took out a mysterious mechanism from within. It was a device to grasp the concept of another world. I'll start checking right now. The supporter skillfully operated the device. A thick iron needle was inserted into the floor, and the connected laptop was quickly operated. Park Hyunsu looked at the surrounding scenery without knowing it. He frowned at the old man's mumbling. Be quiet. My eardrum is going to burst. Park Hyunsu looked around and asked the smallest possible request of what the old man wanted from him. At that moment, the old man came down and made eye contact with Park Hyunsu. I want to go around freely and check this place. I'm sorry, but I'm not stupid. And I'm sorry, I can't move around freely, replied Hyunsu. The old man taunted him by saying, You can't go anywhere by yourself, you are basically a servant for only carrying stuff. Hyunsu wanted to refute his words, but the old man was basically right about it, so he could only remain silent. The old man analyzed the whole area with his divine sense and spoke. This area might look dry, but the water veins below ground are fluctuating. Hyunsu believed Chungkyung to be just a mad old man, so he frowned and ignored him, but in reality, he was actually a Murim transcendent master. The supporter raised her hand upon figuring out the concept. Kim Hak-sung asked him, What's the concept? It's water, replied the supporter. No matter where he looked, he could not see even water. Jung-sung spoke, Lady, does it make sense? Could it be you messed with the machine? The supporter in charge said it again with certainty. The concept of this world is water. Just as Jung-sung started to speak, a large stream of water began to spring up from the inside of the dried-up soil. All porters started scattering around in panic. They were scared out of their wits. Suddenly a large number of mermaid monsters started coming out of the earth. They started attacking everyone in their sights. What's going on? Supporters who had never experienced this kind of situation had no choice but to jump right and left. Until now, there had never been a monster attack from the beginning of the other world. Even over the past 2 years, the situation was unprecedented. Everyone evacuate. Don't lose your mind and move this way. Experienced hunters and supporters tried to lead those who were perplexed. Even that was thwarted by the attack of the fishermen with tridents. The mermaids mercilessly killed everyone that they found in their paths. There is no way supporters who have not awakened can face monsters. The sudden attack of monsters quickly turned into a fire of genocide. They instantly managed to kill dozens of supporters and even injured many hunters in chaos. Park Hyun-soo could not come to his senses in the chaotic situation. He had no time to think about others. Normally the dungeon entrance was supposed to be a safe zone, but in this situation, even B-rank hunters were having a hard time dealing with the monsters. One of the C-rank hunters who was fighting against the mermaid monsters quickly asked Hyun-soo to hand over the spear. While trying to hand it over, a mermaid monster charged at Hyun-soo. He was stunned in his place with fear. The monster directly attacked Hyun-soo with its trident, due to which he got thrown back meters. The spear also got thrown away. The C-rank hunter who was empty-handed looked at Hyun-soo to grab the spear, but it was already too late. He could only fight with his bare fists. Hyun-soo got a deep cut on his stomach. He could not believe that the bulletproof jacket got shredded by a single strike of the trident. While he was trying to bear the pain and stand up on his feet, his eyes got wide open as he looked in front. The mermaid that attacked him earlier followed suit and was standing in front of him. Hyun-soo clenched his teeth as he looked at the huge mermaid standing in front. That's all for today. If you like the next part of this manhwa, just comment below. Thanks for watching, and please don't forget to like, subscribe and comment for getting epic content on this channel. See you next time.